Hi, we are working on CPM 8.1.3, linear and exponential growth, right? Let's write our formulas down for compound and simple interest. Simple, can anybody tell me what the simple interest formula is? Miss Gonzalez, hi, good morning. What is the simple interest formula? Okay, and simple interest is going to be interest equals principal times rate times time. Does anybody have the compound interest formula? You would have seen it yesterday. I don't have it on the board, Lizette. Compound interest per our book is going to be A equals principal times 1 plus rate to the n power, These are our two formulas that we will be working with today. We were going to start on 8-24. John needs to borrow $250. Moneybags Municipal Bank will charge him 8% simple interest each week to borrow the money. Scrooge Savings will charge him 6% in compound interest each week. With your team, help John to decide which loan is the better choice. So let's write a couple of things down before we get started. So our principal is $250, right? That's our principal. Moneybags Municipal is going to charge him, M is going to charge him 8% interest. Scrooge is going to pay him or give him 6% interest. This one is a simple interest. SI, this is going to be compound interest. We are going to make two charts. And here we go. So we're going to do money bags on this one. And then we'll decide what we want to do. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our initial fee is $250. This is X, this is Y. Okay. X, Y, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 250. All right. So in our simple interest for the first week, really what we need to do for the 8% interest they want to charge us, we need to set it up. So for the interest equals principal, we're going to do this. We're going to go interest equals principal, which is $250, times 0.08 times 1. Just like that. Just like that. So we can get the interest that we're going to have for a while. So I'm going to get into my handy dandy calculator. I'm going to go 250 times 0.08 times 1 equals $20 plus $20. So this goes to 270, 290, 310, okay, 310, 330, and then 350. So by week 5, you will owe $350 on a $250 loan. Great. Does everybody understand that? Now, Scrooge is charging him 6%, but it is a compound interest situation, right? What do we know about compound interest? It multiplies by 6% every time. Go ahead and grab it with the new total. So we're going to, here's our equation. We're going to plug it in. A equals our principal, which is 250, times 1.06. Remember, to make this a decimal, we move it over 2 times and put it there. We add it to the 1, and then we're just going to have for week 1. Okay. So our first one is going to be 250 times 1.06, special button, 1 equals 265. So the first week is plus $15, so 265 is our new total, right? So we'll do it again at 265 times 1.06 to get our second week. 265 times 1.06, special button 1 equals 280.90. Okay. Yeah, they're going to want us to go all the way to 6 weeks. Well, they want 12, but, ooh, that's not 3, that's 370. So let's just go to week 6 here, which we can do that simply. We've noticed already the difference. Week 1, we noticed that it's $5 less on the compound interest, right? On box 2, it's up to 280.90, so it's a slow mosey. But let's take a look at week 6. We plug it in, so we're gonna go at 250, but we're gonna change this to week 6, just like that. So 250 times 1.06 special button 6 equals 354.63. It's still pretty small compared, right? Nod with me. Yes, Miss Harder. It's still pretty small. Now let's try both of these with week 12, because all we need to do is plug each one of them in with the number 12. We'll modify this to 12. So let's do this one. 250 times 0.08 times 12 equals 240. We're going to add 250 and 240, which is going to be 490. Okay. This one, we don't need to do that. We've got 250 times 1.06 special button 12. $503.04. Is there a difference in these two? What's the difference? Who can tell me what the difference is? Tam, go ahead. The compound interest is higher, about $13.04. Does everybody see the difference now? Great. All right. What would you choose? Would you choose the compound interest or the simple interest? Alba, what would you choose? Okay, good. She would choose a simple one, right? Over a long period of time, if you take a look, 12 weeks is really when it gets higher, but if he was only to do a 6-week loan, you still pay $20 left with the compound interest than you would the simple. So I think it depends on when you decide to give that money back. Does that make sense? So I would do the compound in this moment in between these weeks, and then over time, if you have to spend more, I would get rid of it, right? I would do simple. All right, so let's do, hold on. Let's take a look at, ignore that. Let's do 8.8-27. Let's just skip forward to that. Oh, because I also have some more practice to do in this one as well. Oh, I didn't do that. All right, 8-27, we have the compound interest formula, which is principal equals 1 plus the rate times the n, and then our simple interest is interest equals principal times rate times time. Okay, now it looks like the 250, this is what they have. They have 250 times 1.02 times 8. So from this, can you tell me what's the principal, what's the rate, and what's the time? Take a look. They've given you all the information. Yes, Lizette. Perfect. 250. Yep. And it's how much? 2%? Yep. Great. So if we multiplied this out, what would we get? Who's got it? Everybody stop and multiply it out. Everybody should have their scientific calculator out. Okay, you've got it. Who else has it? Calculator out. Who else got it? Miss Donate, do you have it? You got 40? You got 40 as well? Okay, so 250 times 1.02 special button 8. So you got 40 out of that? You must have done simple interest. So the A in this moment is 292.91. That's what would be the compound interest answer. If you were to do this one, it would look like interest equals 250 times 0.02 times 8. Oop. That's where you got the 40. So you guys, hooray, you got the simple interest, which is 40. And the grand total would be 290, right? But you need to know the difference between compound interest and simple interest. You feel good about it? Good. I'm glad you got it. All right, so we're going to do a couple of little practice problems. I put them right here. So just let's take a look. I don't know if this is going to work. So this is on your agenda. It's extra practice. Hold on just a second. What? You can submit.
If you go to the three buttons at the top, the other ones, the top ones are like the search engine, like you see them to the right.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, and then there's Zoom. If you go minus, because the Zoom is Zoom.
Interesting. Thank you. Thank you. You too. Tong loaned Jody $50 for a month. He charged 5% simple interest for a month. How did Jody have to pay Tong? Is this a simple interest or is this a compound interest problem, first off? Hi, good morning. Simple or compound? Mr. Shumway, simple or compound? Yes, Lizette, it is. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write simple interest equals PRT. And then I'm going to plug in the principal, which is $50. Oops, $50. What is the interest? The rate is 5%. Great. And the time is like 1 month. Okay, I'm going to plug it in. 50 times 0.05 times 1. Okay. So for 1 month, your interest is going to be $2.50. So at the end of 1 month, Tong is going to owe the other guy the grand total of $52.50. Okay? All right, let's do another one. Jessica's grandparents gave her $2,000 for college. Okay. $2,000 for college to put in a savings account until she starts college in 4 years. So our principal is $2,000. And our time is 4 years. I'll put N or T. Her grandparents agreed to pay her an additional 7.5% simple interest on $2,000 every year. How much extra money will her grandparents give her at the end of 4 years? So her rate is 7.5%. Can anybody tell me whether this is a simple or compound interest problem? Harley, is this a simple or compound interest problem? That's great that you don't know, but how about you look at the problem? Everybody take a minute. I've got 2 people that know. Ariella. Okay, why are we, let's take a look really quick. If you take a look at this, it says 7.5% simple interest. That's your key phrase. If it says simple in there, it means simple interest. It will say compound when it's compound interest. So what is the formula we're going to use today? Yes, Liz. Perfect. So we've got our simple interest. It's interest equals PRT. So interest equals 2,000 times 0.075 times 4. Okay, so I'm going to get into my handy dandy calculator. I'm going to go 2,000 times 0.075 times 4 equals $600. So the interest that will accumulate is going to be $600 in addition to her $2,000. Does that make more sense? Okay, so let's go to the next one. Hold on. Oh, right, I need to do that. All right, so 3. David read an ad offering 8.34 simple interest on the account over $500 for 5 years. He thinks that sounds like a great deal. How much money will he earn in 5 years? So Obviously, we now know that when it says simple, it's an earthquake drill. Everybody get underneath your desks. Please be quiet. Just get underneath your desk. Please be quiet. Earthquake drill is all clear. Thank you.
Like talking and then like suddenly the phone was like on his head and then it went again. I was like,
I know, and I was just like,
what's happening? Last early. Last and early.
I knew that there was something coming my way.
What? I hit my head really early.
I know. It took me a minute. And then I was like, am I supposed to go outside? I hate when we have to go outside. Okay, so can you stop talking for a second? Great. Don't forget, you all know you've grown up doing this. I know that some of you might have a problem getting under the desks. What you need to do, especially in this classroom, we're probably, if we were in a real earthquake situation, there's not going to be a lot of things falling unless it's severe. So if you have to, put it over your head at least. Especially if these fall, I don't know exactly what's in them, but if it was Japan's 8 point something was more than 10 years ago, that would rock our world for real. So you have to know that you're gonna need to expect it, right? This is California, right? We're gonna have one that's gonna rock our world sooner than later, right? So know that's coming. But if we're in a real earthquake, get away from things, get under something that's gonna stay away from your head, right? I know I don't have that problem. Like I could fit underneath that right now. I'm not a big person, that's just who I am. But for you guys that are taller, get this part over your head if you can. Another thing you could do is get in the bathtub. You know, if you're at home, get in that bathtub, cover yourself up. Get a couple of people in that bathtub. You know what I mean? You don't want crap falling on your head. You know, you need to use it for your whole life. You know what I mean? So, any questions about earthquakes? No, we're good. All right, I'm glad we did a little extra practice. You Tomorrow we'll be doing even more practice, but it's really important that you understand the difference between simple and compound interest. Understood? Great. Let's get cleaned up. Great. What?
I was getting up and I bumped my head on the phone.
Happens.
My head